Let's talk a little bit about sacrifice. Absolutely essential for a good marriage, sacrifice.
Absolutely.
Something you don't hear much about these days,
Yeah.
sacrifice.
If you're not willing to give in to
That
the other
is.
person, even if you don't like it, you don't stand a
Yeah,
chance.
there's a lot of sacrifices that you have to.
It takes a while to learn that.
Yeah.
It takes a few years to learn to give in.
You have to give up
You
something.
get battered around enough, you learn.
And it's like when I get up in the morning and I see my honey-do list. I have to sacrifice my other time to get that
It's
done.
free time to get down to list. There's a lot, and especially like early on in the marriage, you know, there's a lot of sacrifice because husbands had to go to work. They didn't. I mean, they weren't always there to help raise the children, so you were home mostly raising the children. I mean, it just and you could get out. I mean, because you did have the kids. I mean, that. You know,
But that's a big difference from today, too. Now, there's both of them are working today, and the kids are being raised by someone else.
yeah, there was only one car. Everybody stayed. They took it to work. You stayed home, and I mean, and that was the way of life. But at that time, we didn't realize it was a sacrifice. And I'm raising the kids all by myself, and he's not doing anything. But that was the way.
Rich used to work out the road. He'd go work in the pond.
I'd be gone for weeks, months at a time, and she raised the kids until they were about 13 years old.
And it was hard, but you did it because you knew it was bringing more money in, and you needed that more money to do with what you had to do with the families.
But see, but that was it.
That was
You
the
never
way of
thought-
life.
you never thought anything-
never
yeah,
thought
you
it was
never
your
thought
own
anything
sacrifice.
different.
You stay home and you raise your
Yeah,
children.
you didn't think it was a sacrifice. When you look back and think, oh boy, did I do that? You know, but you never thought about it.
And then
But
you
I-
also had the community to help you.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
you
Our
had your
parents-
family
your
there.
family was
Yeah,
there.
you had the
family there.
community,
Parents
Yeah.
were there.
which
You needed
today they don't
They don't
have,
have
and they
it.
both work, so times are
Could you all talk a little bit about the role of your Catholic faith in your marriage, the role of faith? Where would you be without God? Where would you be without your church, without your faith?
No.
Probably not married.
Yeah, God is the basis of everything, married
You have to
or
have the
whatever.
faith. Right.
God
Yeah,
is
it
the
probably
most
wouldn't be
important
interviewing us
thing in
today.
your life.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the
And what does
faith.
God teach? Love. You know, faith, hope, and love, and the greatest
It's
is
love.
love. And love comes from the heart, and love is not, love is kind, love is patient, love is not jealous, love is not boastful. You learn that from being a Catholic and reading the Bible.
That was last week's gospel.
That was last week's reading. It was in
Well, you actually paid
reading.
attention.
Hey, somebody was paying attention.
It was the second reading last week. It was.
Maybe he was following along in the book, in the missal.
And also, you know, another thing is, over the years, we have had so many priests in our life. In 50 years of marriage, we have had so many, because how they change constantly. And they have been such an influence on our lives.